We're talking now to Ann Powers, music critic for the LA Times. And why don't you tell me a bit about how you got started in music journalism?
When I was in high school, I knew that I loved music, I enjoyed making music, but I also loved to write, and I felt that that was my real calling. So I figured out at some point that I could write about bands, and that was a huge revelation to me in a sense. And I started when I was about 16 or 17, and I've been doing it ever since.
Was there any particular artist when you were growing up that just made you go, wow, that blew you away?
Well, when I was in high school, the Clash they changed my life. I used to have the lyrics to Working for the Clampdown cut out from the London Calling record, pasted in my locker, and I kind of lived by those lyrics. But that's just one. I mean, there's so many. Joan Jett was someone she was the first rock star that I ever interviewed, and she was so cool. And you know, I remember her playing at the Showbox in Seattle where I grew up, and people were spitting at her, and she just gave it right back to them. And I was inspired by that. I think that kind of set me on the path toward being a feminist and a rocker.
You grew up in Seattle. Did you go to see any of the early shows by bands like, say, Soundgarden or Green River?
Well, I actually used to go see Mr. F and the Calculations, which was Mark Arm's band before Green River. I'm 46, so I was my high school days were a little bit before that stuff. I left Seattle when I was 21, so I had famously bad timing as far as the grunge explosion. But I did go to college with Mark Arm and Charles Peterson, the great photographer, and now, after many years, I know most of those guys, and of course I totally think their legacy is crucial.
Which rock star interviews did you really enjoy the most?
Well, I loved Prince. That was a dream come true. One day in the morning, I got an email about 7 in the morning saying, Prince wants to preview his new music. This is the records he put out via Target recently, last year. And at 7 in the morning, I got the email. By 7 at night, I was at his house in Beverly Hills, hanging out, and I couldn't believe it was real. It was surreal. Another great interview was Leonard Cohen. Such a gentleman, so elegant, so humble, really, you know, beyond music or fanship, just a great person to talk to. And Tori Amos, of course, I did a book with her called Piece by Piece. That was a life-changing experience, and I feel that she and I are so on the same wavelength, and I'm super proud of that book.
Do you have any other book projects coming up?
I'm the guest editor this year for the Da Capo Best Music Writing Anthology, so I'm having the joyful experience of going through music writing from the past year and really deciding what I think is the best. Daphne Carr is the series editor, and she's a good friend, so I'm very happy to be working with her on that.
And are there any new artists that you've been enjoying?
Well, right now I would like to be seeing The Satisfaction. They're a hip-hop duo from Seattle, young women. They're really cool. Of course, it's South by Southwest, so everybody's set times are messed up. So I don't know if I'm going to get to see them today, but that's my tip right now, The Satisfaction.
Okay,